So I just looked up Godwin's law. That came up in 1990 or something. When the internet, I guess, was really in its infancy. Who knew about the internet in 1990? Anyway, it was sort of a metaphor for the second law of thermodynamics. It's a humorous one, that things fall apart, right? That's what the second law of thermodynamics says. And Godwin's law says that's what happens with internet forums that go on too long. And when they've fallen apart completely, what you've got is people slinging around the Nazi allegation. So that's really funny. The Los Angeles Times, I think, I just read the articles, just skimmed the article. You'll be able to tell how long it took me to figure this out by the time between these two videos. So yeah, that was the metaphor then. And so he's written an article saying, oh, well, maybe it's okay to start using, every discussion breaks down into a discussion of Hitler and the Nazis again. And I'll bet what he says is that, well, because of the rise of the far right and all of these things, there's an obvious parallel between Hitler and these far right groups. I don't know that he said that. But his idea is, maybe a discussion has not devolved simply because people are talking about Hitler and the Jews and Nazi Germany, that maybe now it's okay to, draw comparisons. And so, yeah, I think that that time has come. If you've got somebody like the Washington Post saying that it's important that we don't humanize truckers, then I think that you've gotten to the point where it's possible to start saying, hey, that's a lot like what Hitler did. It really is. It's a lot like, and it's what Mao Zedong did against what would have been the last emperors. The Empress Dowager of China was a woman who just spent lavishly on everything, and she killed China. Absolutely, she ruined China because people just hated her so much because she was just such a pig. That's the same thing with Marie Antoinette in France. Imagine that Russia had a royal family as well. But by the time of the Russian Revolution, capitalism was really beginning to take off. So they took out their rage against the capitalists, which a lot of it probably wasn't all that poorly placed. Probably isn't all that poorly placed now. It's the capitalists that are running us into the ground now. Pharmaceutical companies in particular. Okay, but the thing is, what we want to talk about is the comparison to Nazis, yeah. So, you rewrite history, check. We've got them doing that, busy doing that all the time. You demonize a group. You seize control of the media. You seize control of people's possessions through taxation and inflation now. You seize control of the education of their children. Little known but interesting fact is that the Germans most likely to have affiliated with the Nazi Party were elementary school teachers. It's interesting, isn't it? And that when Hitler needed to actually go around and start really killing people, men could be drafted for that purpose, but the women couldn't. So the women that were involved in that, in the process of murder and torture and all the rest of it, they were there because they liked it. My wife's coming back. See what she has to say about it. You all right? Okay.